This next sports anime, if you really don't know what this is, it's based off an old, very old anime and manga of the same title. This is called Ashita no Jo, and as you see, yeah, it is a boxing anime. Well, more like a boxing drama. And yes, there will be a lot of these going on. I mean, this is pretty much it. That's the whole opening. So that's Ashita no Jo, and it's very interesting how this game is because, well, I like how that. Yeah, I like it to be that way. Guard's fine, and I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be simple. Well, let's start. This tells a story about a young boxer by the name of Joe Yabuki and his short rise to fame as a bantamweight boxer. He ran away from his home. Well, actually, he didn't run away. He ran away from an orphanage at a young age and being labeled as a punk because of his rebellious attitude. Yeah, that's what actually happens. He jumps out of the ring and basically fucks him up to death. And thing about this thing about this is, well, I actually have this anime in movie format, but I still have the anime. In it in Italy, it's called Rocky Joe. Now, out of the many boxing anime I've seen, the meat of the story is when it starts and in the middle of it. So really, cross counter. So here you will see Toru Kishi, a very epic bout because here here you will actually see the moment in which Rikishi actually congratulates Joe and something happens. Now there have been many different games based off Ashita no Jo. Besides this, there's Ashita no Jo Densetsu, aka Legend of Success Joe. I mean, the difference between this and that and what I just mentioned was the control scheme is a bit different. It plays like a beat 'em up, and yet it's a boxing. It's a boxing game. Cross counter. It actually shows what happened here, which actually happened in the game. What happened there was, as they were about to shake hands, that last hit actually, was really activated by that one punch to his temple, and therefore that one shot that happened, it killed him on contact. That one shot to his head killed him on contact. So this game really has some feedback because, well, the anime itself has some feedback. Because seeing that it was an anime, it brought about, well, some kind of negative feedback because, well, considering that kids were watching this, gave them ideas to become rebellious against their parents. So, therefore, Joe revolutionized Generation X in the 1970s. Trust me, the way this game is, the anime is just too much. I mean, to put it in words, it's just too much. Cause video. I mean, it's kind of like what Punch Out. Well, no, I shouldn't say Punch Out. It's what Rocky would have been had it not gone that way. There have been many incarnations of the series. There was, of course, the movie Ashita no Jo Geki Joban. Two animes. I actually have the theme song. Basically, if I can remember correctly, I'll never forget that I'm gonna beat you, you son of a bitch. Yeah, he's a kickboxer. No, his first name is not Ring. And his last name better not be King. Otherwise, I'd be morally pissed. I mean, really, sports games and anime are, well, in the case of this, boxing is really rare. I mean, you got this, Ring ni Kakedo, and another one in which I've actually seen on Crunchyroll before, but I've never finished it. And I will highlight that after I finish Ashita no Jo. That's how you handle it. Like, yeah, I know how to handle it. Shut the fuck up. Next one is Harimao, aka Monkey Puncher. Yeah, I will call him that. Monkey Puncher. Because that's all he does. He just hops around, and just monkey punch. That's right, monkey punch. The guy who actually did this, though, goes by the name of Osamu Dezaki. If you don't know who he is, then apparently you don't know who Osamu Tezuka is. Because he's part of Mushi Productions, which Tezuka himself basically was a part of. And everything you're saying here at the end of every stage is what actually happened in the anime. And this is, I think, the last one, Hector Mendoza. I mean, it's a fairly short game, really, if you think about it. And, well, Wave are actually the same people who did the arcade version, which was called Legend of Success Joe. But I mean, the game itself, you know, it's pretty good. Like I said, if I was playing normally, I'd get my ass handed to me. I think this is the first time. No, this is the last one. Now, yeah, that was the last match, but let me tell you something. In the very end of the series, what happens to Joe is after he beats Mendoza, Mendoza's hair goes white because of, you know, he sees so many people that he beat in Joe, and, you know, it just terrified him. So after Joe actually beaten him, he basically sat down, as life just flashed before his eyes, and all he could think of was white ash. That was his last wish. He wanted to be white ash, so therefore, his head slumped down, and with a smirk on his face, that's how he died. And all you could hear from his coach and mentor Danpei was, "Joe! Joe!" And all he's saying is, "Joe!" And after that, that was it. He technically died right there. But yeah, I'm telling you this because really, what I'm telling you is just a small smidgen of, it. Yeah, okay, I'm game. Yeah, okay, I'm game. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for that other ending. I'm game. Gives me a chance to actually tell you about the anime. I mean, I've told you about the anime, but the anime within itself is just meat and potatoes. I will kick your ass every 5 seconds. Not like Fist and North Star, in which Kenshiro just basically owns everybody. But more than likely, it's just Joe saying, I'm gonna be the one beating your ass. So, yes, you better be prepared because I'm gonna be the one kicking your ass. That's right, Joe doesn't give a damn. I think that's the reason why this. I mean, personally, it happened to be one of the most favorite of the series, and plus, well, every other anime has taken a part of that because of one reason. The certain characters that do a certain pose. That one pose is the Pierce the Heavens. And you know the reference I'm talking about. Gurren Lagann. And when I say Pierce the Heavens, I mean Toru Kishi's standout move. He points to the sky, saying, yeah, I'm gonna be the one kicking your ass. I'm the greatest in the world. Don't you know who I am? You know why I do this? Why I do LPs this way? Because I'm Pookie Izzy 70. Don't you know who the hell I am? Anyway. I'm gonna be the one kicking your ass. But anyway. Yeah, that's right, I'm adopting it as my own saying. Right, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life, and everybody else is going to remember it. That is cross counter. Because I am PI7. And I will be the one kicking your ass. I mean, really, don't you know who the hell I am? I will be the one piercing the heavens. And I will be breaking my foot up in your roll ass. But anyway. That's what actually happened, though. Like I said, everything you're seeing now is just based off the anime. Yeah, we're actually going to play this over just because we want to see the real ending. I think LPing is a bit like boxing. You know, the more people that you have on your side, the better you will become, or something like that. The fact that I'm a code gamer, for most of my games, yes, I use codes. That was Danpei throwing in the towel. Excuse me. I mean, really, you know, anybody can do games straight out, you know, show off They got skills and everything, but how many people actually play with, codes and, you know, completely say, oh yeah, I can beat this game, and it's a Japanese game. A Japanese game that has no kind of text whatsoever. Doesn't even focus on text. Just you versus them. There's not enough anime games in the world, really. I mean, actually, I did see a couple of anime games when I was at AX, like Ice Shield 21, Jump Ultimate Stars, Jump Superstars. I would have gone for them, but the thing is, they cost a pretty penny, and really, at the time, I really didn't want to spend that much money. Not no video games like that. Plus, they are imports. I mean, I got rid of a few Wii games, but it was for the best because I weren't playing them. Just because. Yeah, that's how you handle a situation like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you can't touch me. I'm a kickboxer. Shut up. With one punch, just shut the hell up. I mean, just like this dude. Just really nothing. All he's doing is just flipping over and punching, and that's all he's doing. Dragon Chan is displeased, man. Dragon Chan is displeased. But yeah, about who I mentioned before, Osamu Dezaki, not Tezuka. He made plenty of he was part of many animes and specials. I mean, he did Astro Boy. I think he was a director for, I think, Blackjack too. I think. As well as this. And a few more things that is too much to mention. I'll put it in the link. So let's go for the real ending. I mean, when you really think about it, sports anime is the rarest of many anime. I mean, you wonder where the heart and spirit is in anime. Second to, the classic super robot anime we all grew up with. Super and real robot anime we grew up with. It was in sports anime because you didn't see it any other place other than in sports anime. Like Captain Tsubasa, Ashita no Joe, Rin ni Kakeru, Ice Shield 21. I mean, it's just amazing, So let's see, there's no ending. Well, I kind of feel silly, but anyway. What I have to say about Ashita no Joe? It's basically about being number one, and at the top of the mountain, you either got two choices. You can either maintain that title, or you got to fight for it, or just basically say you don't want it anymore. That's all Ashita Joe was really about. About one man's dream, about being on the top of the mountain, and after that, he just didn't want it anymore. I mean, he already showed the world, showed it to this girl who I think he had feelings for, but never really told her. And at the end, at the end, well, he wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. He went out in white ash. So yeah, this was Ashita Joe, presented by Wave. And I have been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, PI7. There was never any ending to begin with. So, there you go. So, with that, coming up next is going to be something different, something interesting, and yet, at the same time, it's still inclined with boxing. So, stay tuned for that. White.